Made in Hollywood.
For an award show, one of the executive producers is considered the showrunner who is responsible for managing the show's production leading up to the air date as well as supervising the show during its live broadcast. Jane Moon studied political science at UCLA. Miss Moon worked at MTV prior to becoming a freelance producer where she has produced several live award shows including the Primetime Emmy Awards and the People's Choice Awards.
Fred was actually telling me that he's an executive producer along with you and Mark Burnett, but you're the one who's really running around doing everything.
Well, that's what the title of showrunner is. If you look at any film or any TV show, you will see a lot of credits, right? But then who is running the show? There's always one person that's responsible. They're the ones that are doing the work. That's what I say. They're the ones that are in the trenches. We roll up our sleeve, we dive in, we make sure that everything gets done, and it is our responsibility.
When the planning of People's Choice Awards is in full swing, how would you describe a normal day for you as the executive producer?
Well, there's a couple phases of production, right? There's pre-production where everybody sort of is scattered in their own little world, and we make sure that the big items get done. Booking the host.
Hey there, it's me, Jane Lynch from the People's Choice Awards Blimp. Now, am I up here because I feel I'm above Hollywood? Of course I do.
Booking performances, booking the venue, making sure that we want to come back to a venue that we did the show last year, or do we go somewhere completely new? And then we go, who are the key department heads that we want to hire? The director, lighting designer, production designer, because it does take a village to put a big live award show special together.
What advice do you have for any young people who may want a job like yours one day?
Well, I think doing live shows is not for everybody. You have to be okay with the unknown.
Because you never know what's going to happen in a live show. I have to keep reminding myself and Anna that it is live. And we can't say, cut, can we do that over? Like, we can't.
I think that's one of the things. Either you have it or you don't. There's nothing in between. Because I've had people who literally crumble in a seat.
And we reserve the right to run away.
Yes.
During
We
the
do have a
show.
getaway car
Yeah.
in case things go really badly as people start booing us.
I'm just gonna run, take off the heels and run.
So that's the thing. People who do live sports are great, and that is you're calling plays as it happens. Are you able to handle that? Or do you have to have certainty? In a scripted world, certainty is great because you have the written page, you control your environment, and then you execute and you capture. But in a live show situation, you don't have control. And are you okay with that?
We did a big rehearsal. All the teleprompters were wrong. Let's put it out there. We're just gonna let you guys know that it might all be improv.
And it's seeing the storm and being like, okay, we're making a left, now we're making a right, go straight, okay, there's a big wave, now let's just ride over it, and being able to be okay calling those, knowing that you're gonna make mistakes, and are you okay with it?
Based off of what you've learned now that you have been in the industry for a long time, what other qualities do you think young people need to really succeed?
Passion. I think you can learn on the job, but you have to love and want to do the work and have that passion for entertainment. And I think problem solving is another thing, because as much as I'm on the creative end, I'm always troubleshooting something and figuring out the best alternative, whether it's budget, whether it's a talent issue, whether it's a network issue. And can you solve problems efficiently and effectively? And are you able to communicate that so that people who are in the line of fire don't feel the sting so much?
The talent producer for an award show arranges for all of the presenters that appear on stage, as well as notifying all of the nominees. Robin Reinhart majored in math at Penn State University and began her career as an intern at Spin Magazine. Prior to becoming a talent producer, Ms. Reinhart worked as an assistant in celebrity talent at MTV.
You are the talent producer for People's Choice Awards. What does that mean? What are the duties that come with your job?
So the talent producer is the person that secures all the presenters. I also contact all the nominees to see who can be in the house.
For our favorite new TV comedy, the eligible shows are Ben and Kate, Go On, Guys with Kids.
We won! Oh, excuse me. I'd like to thank the Academy and Jimmy Fat. No, not yet? Okay.
I also help book the host, the performances. It's any piece of talent needed for an award show, the talent producer books that.
Do you say, okay, we need to call Ariana Grande's people? How do you find her people's number?
Having done this for a for too long. I do have a lot of contacts, so it's something that you build as you do this job. And so for the most part, I know everyone to contact. And for Ariana, or any performance really, you would go to the record label or management. A lot of music artists have publicists. They play a big role in a celebrity's life, and most of the time I go to them as well. And booking presenter, same thing. I would call their publicist and ask if they are available to be on our show.
For favorite comedic TV actor, the nominees are Chris Colfer, Jesse Tyler Ferguson, Jim Parsons, Neil Patrick Harris, and Ty Burrell? Is that the complete list?
When does your job stop?
It ends at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time when the show ends. That's pretty much when it ends, because once everyone's booked, then my team kind of steps in as far as the logistics of tickets and credentials, and then we negotiate who they're paired with. Sometimes we book people in groups, like from a certain show or movie, and then we book people individually, so we have to pair them up. So then it's a negotiation of who will be paired with who, and then it's a negotiation of which award they're doing and where they are in the show. And then once all that's in place, then we come to the night of the show.
And everyone at the People's Choice, they were so great with us backstage. They had such a great staff and team who were helping us get where we needed to be. I never felt panicked. There was always someone there and very calm saying, you have 10 minutes in your next change, we will take you over. So and we were like, okay.
Once you did make this transition into talent booking and producing, did you ever think that maybe you needed to go back for some type of education or trainings to assist you, or how do you learn the skills necessary?
I don't think I ever needed to go back to school. I think it was the initial internship I had, and then being someone's assistant really educated me. My first boss at MTV was such a stickler for the way things needed to happen and the way you treated talent and the way you communicated, and she was so buttoned up, and everything had to be like step A, B, C, and D. It really taught me just, how to do this job. And I'm still learning. I mean, every new show that I do and new group of people I work with and the new world we live in, I'm still learning things. And I just think just doing it is really how I got to be where I am.
Made in Hollywood.